In 1981, George Doran proposed a powerful, catchy, and easily misinterpreted idea. In a now largely forgotten article published in Management Review, the consultant and former director of corporate planning described effective goals as SMART. Since then, his acronym has been routinely used in schools to frame student goal setting. Could this be the origin of the gap between the great promises of goal setting and its limited effects in educational contexts? SMART originally meant that goals should be specific, measurable, assignable, realistic, and time-related. Assignable. As is obvious from the title of his article, there's a smart way to write management's goals and objectives. Doran designed this framework from the point of view of a manager assigning goals to his team. Assignable was soon replaced with achievable, but the point is that the entire SMART model was never supposed to help people set their own goals, and even less so teach them how to do so. Right there is the core of the issue. In an educational context, the intended benefits of goal setting are actually necessary conditions for goal setting to be effective. This is by no means a unique case. For instance, authentic service allows students to become more caring, but being caring is necessary for them to engage in service authentically. More generally, schools help students learn how to learn, don't they? Like everything else, goal setting is a process. It lies on a continuum, and students progress over time. But, ironically, the constraints of the SMART framework might make it more difficult for students to learn how to set goals and benefit from it. As we explained in the previous video, goal setting can enhance motivation by giving students a sense of purpose, accountability, ownership, and healthy challenge. However, by insisting that their goals should be specific and measurable, we make it likely that they will set extrinsic goals, which they are not truly invested in and have a hard time committing to. By default, their goals will be performance-oriented rather than mastery-oriented. They will simply state the grade they are hoping or have been asked at home to achieve. What else would you expect? Mastery is much harder to measure, and few students would be able to pinpoint specifically what they need to work on and how. Being extrinsic, these supposedly SMART goals will thus also not be actionable. How am I supposed to go from 85 to 95%, the student will ask. If I knew or was able to, I would already be there. Just saying it is now a goal isn't going to magically change anything, is it? Here, we start to understand why students rarely buy into the whole goal-setting thing. To them, and to many of their teachers if we're being honest, it is little more than an artificial exercise. The point of goal setting is to help students do more than go through the motions of schooling, but the SMART model almost guarantees that they will simply go through the motions of goal setting. What makes it so tokenistic, oftentimes, is that goal setting is a one-off. It might come with a deadline, but not with regular feedback and adaptation. Finally, and maybe worst of all, there is a real risk that these SMART goals will be comparative rather than standard-based. If that is the case, students not only lose the benefits of autonomy and healthy challenge, but goal setting might even become counterproductive, especially for low achievers. The promises of goal setting come from the fact that it stretches students along their zone of proximal development. But Vygotsky was very clear, growth can only happen there if learners find the proper culture, scaffolds, and role models. Beyond the negative picture we just painted, there is a way to make goal setting work. Knowing more about its pitfalls, we are now in a much better position to derive the solutions that will allow our students to reap the benefits of goal setting. As we mentioned in the previous video, effective goal setting requires connectedness. Its end product might be student autonomy, but teachers have a critical role to play to get them started on this journey, one that goes well beyond providing a SMART worksheet. That will be the topic of our next video.